God.
That's tough because when you want to show off, you gotta stick the landing.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and we are inching closer and closer to kickoff, baby. And since we're counting, it's 42 more days till the start of the NFL season. And today we're looking at the reigning NFC champion 49ers. They're already making headlines with the news that star tackle Trent Williams is holding out. Williams is looking for a raise and some more guaranteed money, with 3 years remaining on his current deal. Now his play definitely helps his case, because Williams is one of the most dominant linemen in the NFL. He's been a Pro Bowler each year since he joined the Niners in 2020. And had the best pass block win rate amongst all tackles last season. And while that's impressive, take a look at San Fran's record while Williams is in the lineup. They were 12-3 when they played last season and lost both games that he missed, with Brock Purdy throwing a pair of interceptions in each of those games. And then there's Purdy's top weapon, Brandon Ayuk. He's at camp, but isn't on the field. Last week, Ayuk requested a trade, and although the Niners intend to keep him, he is still without a contract. Here's what ESPN's Damian Woody had to say about their top receiver.
Brandon Ayuk is their best wide receiver, okay? He is their best wide receiver. I know we talk about Deebo Samuel and how dynamic he is, but Brandon Ayuk is their number one receiver. You take Brandon Ayuk out of this offense is going to look different, very different. And so if Brandon Ayuk, if something happens where he's traded, listen, I can't call the 49ers the favorite in the NFC. I mean, Detroit, there's going to be other teams that's coming as well. So that just shows you, in my opinion, the importance of Brandon Ayuk to the San Francisco 49ers offense.
Ayuk is one of a handful of Niners set to be a free agent at the end of the season. So needless to say, San Fran has a lot of work to do. The NFL preseason gets underway a week today on TSN. It's the Texans and Bears in the Hall of Fame game. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. The Raptors are a couple months away from the start of training camp, and as we know, this team is a work in progress. But there's some reason for optimism, especially following last month's draft, where Toronto nabbed Jacoby Walter and Jonathan Mobo. Joined now by our Raptors reporter, Josh Lewenberg. Josh, great to see you.
What's up, Marissa?
You know, it's the soft opening to the weekend. It's Thursday, baby. Everything is up. Now, Josh, you wrote a feature on Mobo this week about his journey that brought him into Toronto. Want to walk us through that a little bit? Give us a TLDR.
Well, his path was definitely unconventional. He grew up with Scotty Barnes in West Palm Beach, and unlike Scotty, who always seemed predestined for the NBA even at a young age, Mobo was a late bloomer. He was late to hit his growth spurt. He was being cut from AAU teams. He couldn't even touch the rim until his second year of high school, so he had to take a more scenic route. 4 different schools in 4 years. He started off at junior college, and he didn't really break out until last year at San Francisco. It was around Christmas time that NBA teams started to notice him. The Raptors were actually one of the first teams to send scouts. So essentially, he went from being a relative unknown to the 31st pick in less than 7 months, maybe the biggest riser of the draft this summer.
Now, you were out in Vegas for Summer League a couple weeks ago. What do you like most about Mobo's game?
Well, in hindsight, the late growth spurt ended up being a blessing in disguise. He grew up with the ball in his hands, so he plays like a guard, but he has the body of a big man, and I think we saw that unique skill set in Summer League. Now, unfortunately, he hurt his back in the second game and missed the rest of the tournament in Vegas, but I'm told that he's on the mend. And look, the Raptors are one of the most creative teams in the league. We know they love working with unconventional players. I mean, look what they've done with his buddy Scotty. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Mobo can do in their system.
Thanks, Josh. We're looking forward to seeing him in action.
Thanks, Marissa.
Now, Josh went fully in depth on his profile of Mobo. To read that, just click the link below. Time now for the CFL preview powered by FanDuel. And things are heating up as we approach the midway point of the season. And it does not get much better than tonight's matchup. It's the best in the West against the best in the East, as the Riders pay a visit to the Alouettes. Montreal's coming off a bye, but shifted Cody Fajardo to the 6-game injury list yesterday, after he hurt his hamstring a couple weeks ago against Toronto. Caleb Evans will get his first start of the season in Fajardo's place, after throwing a pair of interceptions in that game against the Argos. The good news for Evans is that he's inherited Cody's weapons, including wide receiver Tyson Philpott. In 6 games, Philpott has 44 grabs and 5 touchdowns. 44 grabs seems like a lot of grabs. Yeah, no, he's amazing. I just didn't, that seems like a lot. And is averaging a shade over 100 yards per game. Evans will be leaning on him tonight. And we're hammering these odds on Philpott going over the century mark. The Riders had some injury news of their own yesterday, announcing that running back AJ Ouellette will not play due to a hip injury. They're already without Trevor Harris, who is nearing return from an MCL injury, but it will be Shea Patterson making his 4th straight start tonight. Nonetheless, these are two really good teams, and FanDuel is calling for a tight one. But we're leaning into the Owls money line here. You can catch tonight's game between the Riders and Owls on TSN. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Back to hoops, and there's been so much hype surrounding Canada's men. But how about a little love for the ladies? Canada's women are 5th in the FIBA World Rankings and are seeking their first ever Olympic medal this summer. And you know we love us some Kia Nurse. And she's teaming up with Bridget Carleton to give Canada some experience and stability. Carleton is enjoying her best WNBA season, playing a key role for a Lynx team that has their sights set on a championship. And then there's the youth movement led by Aaliyah Edwards, who went 6th overall in the WNBA draft. She might be a little overshadowed by Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, but check out what she's doing for the Mystics in her rookie season. And how about some more reason for optimism? At 18, Silas Soares will become the youngest player ever to represent Canada in basketball at the Olympics. She averaged 15 points at the Under-19 FIBA World Cup last summer, helping Canada to bronze, and she's off to Michigan in September as a 5-star prospect. Canada's women get started Monday against host France. And we are absolutely excited to get this tournament going. Good luck, ladies. We are just hoping for a medal out there. That's all for today. We'll see you back in tomorrow at 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.